which is what makes you an asshole.
Hey,
Hey.
you ready for some giant sea creature murdering death?
I am, but please don't be shocked or surprised if I actually side with the giant,
The bitey shark.
giant bitey, you know. I'm Friedel.
And tonight we are going to watch Jaws, Steven Spielberg's murdery shark opus, I believe
From
the
1975.
70s. Anyway, so it's one of those nights on the couch.
One of those nights. How's humaning going out there for all of you interwebs? Let us know how you are. I'd actually like to know how people are doing, regardless of anything else, horror movie channel wise. Like, I'm asking a genuine question, like, how are folks fucking doing out there?
Oh. How are you all fucking doing? Tell us in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
Let's do this.
Let's do
We're gonna watch
this.
this movie. Oh, this, by the way, is a very, very late and final entry. We've reached the end, people, of the birthday series that we started way back in March. And we're watching this, it's May. This might not make it on the internet until June.
Yep. We don't know. Because we're stuck in a time loop. Help.
We are stuck.
Oh gosh, that's what happened.
This
We got stuck
movie,
in a time loop.
we might have. This movie begs the question, let us know in the comments, would you like to see water-related horror
Series.
series? I was like,
All right, let's watch this movie. We're gonna watch Jaws.
It is time.
I love the music. It's so good. Like Shark Cam.
shark came. Look at that sweater. And that undercurl, which I can't really say anything about with my flippities.
It's terrifying.
That's probably not how that works. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Could you pause? My internet is being awful.
This is brutal. So brutal. First time I ever went to Martha's Vineyard and I realized it was like all Jaws sets, I just nerded out really hard.
Yeah, apparently after this movie came out, instead of lowering the tourist population, it tripled it. Jeffrey Kramer is having a hard time.
It's not what you want to see it to be.
9-year-olds from the school have been karateing the picket fences.
Chief Brody.
There it is. There's the gray suit of entitlement. I forgot it had anchors on it. Spielberg is masterful at building suspense in this movie. And it's so well executed. Like, we're 14 minutes into this movie and I'm already like nervous about people being near the water. I'm like, who's gonna get it?
Will it be the Labrador?
Pippet! 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 Come on, Pippet!
Oh my god.
What?
That shot. Oh my god.
Alex?
Going to close the beaches.
Yes, we are.
No. Stop it. Yes, this dude.
Robert Shaw.
You all know me. Know how I earn a living. $10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
I don't know whether you noticed this or not, but when all of them are filing into that office, the blackboard behind them is totally blank. But then when you pan to the picture, there's a picture of a shark eating a person on the blackboard.
I saw the shark. I didn't realize it was continuity error.
Michael, did you hear your father? Out of the water now!
You better catch something. This is my wife's holiday roast. Don't worry about it. $3,000 buys an awful lot of roast.
Just want to boop that shark nose. Boop.
Taking it. He's taking it. He's taking it. Hey, hey, go! 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 Charlie, take my word for it. Don't look back. Swim, Charlie. Swim. I can't get up. I can't. Help me. Come on, help me. Take your feet out of the water. Can we go home now?
Who are you? Matt Hooper. I'm from the Oceanographic Institute.
Of course you are.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, you're the guy we called.
$8,000 divided 4 ways is what?
And portions of the rib cage are intact. Do not smoke in here. Thank you very much. This is what happens.
Is that a shark?
Sad shark.
But the fact is that the bite radius on this animal is different than the wounds on the victim. I want to be sure. You want to be sure. We all want to be sure, okay?
Oh, so heartbroken for her.
Chief Brody?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, apparently that scene took 17 takes, and she actually hit him in the face each time.
My
Little
daughter
kid.
is.
No.
I like Richard Dreyfuss in this movie.
My husband tells me I'm sorry if I thought that you told me the shark was caught. And I heard it on the news. I heard it on the Cave Station.
And if I heard it on the news, it must be true.
Obviously.
Came up with the Gulf Stream from the southern waters. That's it.
You're gonna have to wash those pants.
Doesn't make much sense for a guy who hates the water to live on an island either.
It's only an island if you look at it from the water.
What?
That makes a lot of sense.
At 100 yards south-southwest.
Shark.
Did you know that Richard Dreyfuss actually originally turned down this role?
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine this movie without him.
And then came and asked for it back. I have to admit that I love all of this lighting in this nighttime scene. I love it.
It's so good.
Not on purpose. Oh God!
You should have seen him. Where is that tooth? Did you see it, Brody? Oh, I didn't see it. He dropped and get it.
I had an accident.
I saw a dead man's head and he had like weird jellyfish tendril eyeball.
It looks kind of like Pennywise popping out of that. Oh, hello.
Vandalism. That is a deliberate mutilation of a public service message.
I'm not going to waste my time arguing with a man who's lining up to be a hot lunch. I'm going to see you later.
Apparently, during the filming, both Carl Gottlieb and Steven Spielberg were nearly killed in seafaring accidents, and Richard Dreyfuss was almost accidentally trapped inside of a metal cage underwater.
Okay, now I want to know how many men you're going to send me.
Doctor, there is no need for me to come to Brisbane when I have a great white shark right here.
One of the things I love about living in Seattle is like taking ferries to places feels magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like the East Coast too, when you take ferries to like Martha's Vineyard, or you go out to like Nantucket or something, which I haven't done. I've only been to Martha's Vineyard, but you know, like something about like getting on a ferry, going on, it feels like you're being transported away.
Why aren't you in the water?
I just put some suntan lotion on, and I'm trying to absorb some of this
Nobody's
sun.
going in. Get in the water.
Why is there always this guy who's like, please go get murdered?
I'm not.
That under the feet shot is just anxiety inducing.
Is it really for you? Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Michael's in the pony.
Don't go slower.
You guys okay over there?
I appreciate that they showed us he had his legs. They're like, he's okay.
Yeah, which is what makes you an asshole.
And you were telling people to go in the water.
Hey, Chief. You try this. Made it myself. Pretty good stuff.
No, it'll make you blind. Don't
Here's to
drink
swimming with
though.
bow-legged women.
Why? I wouldn't go anywhere in that boat.
Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark's in the water. Our shark.
Hey! I got it! What? Get behind me.
Put your gloves on.
You put your gloves on, both of you!
Why are we putting on gloves?
It's not a shark.
The wire's showing. The wire's
Ugh. Vertigo.
That doesn't prove a damn thing.
Well, it proves one thing, Mr. Hooper. Proves that you wealthy college boys don't have the education enough to admit when you're wrong.
What's the point?
That's a disorienting shot.
Mm-hmm.
Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Shut off that engine. Come on.
No.
No, what kind of fucking shoes are those? Not appropriate footwear.
So I was saying, they should have brought their flippy floppy.
I need to have something in the foreground to give it some scale.
Foreground my ass!
Your husband's all right, Mrs. Brody.
At that porker's head.
How is he planning on doing this by himself?
Unclear. Because men can do whatever they want by themselves.
Hold it up, he's coming straight for us. Don't screw it up now.
Don't wait for me.
Shoot!
It's not just, day boating. It's serious sharking. That's a great shot, too.
Mm-hmm. Three men on a boat.
This is such a great scene, though.
I got something for you. That's the thresher. You see that? Chief, thresher's tail. You gonna drink? Drink to your leg?
I'll drink to your leg.
Okay, so we drink our legs.
I don't want to be on this boat.
What's this buoy thing?
I'm gonna make a phone call. This is the Orca, do you read me? Coast Guard, this is the Orca, do you...
Seems like a smart idea.
Nope. No.
That's right, it'll lock itself
Ah,
out. Give him
Stop it.
I think he just did.
Like, at what point do you just say, like, oh, okay, this is enough?
Like what? Like we're gonna just go home now?
Yeah! Maybe regroup, get a different boat.
Get a bigger boat.
Yeah!
I don't think the egos here would allow that to happen.
Maybe get a massage.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Get back there! I bring the insular terror!
For the life of me, we've only got 14 minutes and 29 seconds, and for the life of me, I can't actually remember how this movie ends.
Really?
I think they all get eaten.
No.
They don't all get eaten?
But if I can get him close enough to this cage, I think I could get him in the mouth or
That
beyond.
shark will rip that cage to pieces.
You got any better suggestions?
I hope they didn't get that cage from IKEA. Interesting fact, so the boat's name is Orca, which is another name for the killer whale.
Right.
Which apparently the killer whale is the only known natural predator of great white sharks.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are you ready, Richard Dreyfuss?
Because you're gonna get stuck in that cage.
And kill it with a pointy stick. It's not great. It's not looking good for Richard Dreyfuss.
No.
Sorry, he's like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna wreck your boat. There's no way that's fun. Oh my god.
Nom nom nom.
Fire, you son of a...
That's a lot of fish parts.
Some chum right there.
But yeah, shooting in water and underwater is really difficult. There's Richard Dreyfuss. See, only one of them got eaten.
No.
I don't know what my feelings would be like in that situation.
I know, right?
What day is this?
It's Wednesday. It's Tuesday, I think.
Jaws. So this is the second time you watched Jaws.
Just a second. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us, how do you feel about this movie? I grew up with it, right? So it was like
So there's
one of my
nostalgia for you.
nostalgic favorite movies. Like I used to watch all of them, all 4 Jaws films, as bad
They
as this
made
are.
4?
There's 4.
Why would you do that?
Because the movies kept making money. It's the same reason there's 6 Jurassic Park movies. People keep paying to see them. They're just going to keep making them. Spielberg was only involved in the first one. The studio just beat it to death after that. Yeah, I really liked them when I was a kid. So yeah, they're very nostalgic for me. I like this movie. I could see that it perhaps landed differently for you X many years later.
Well, I grew up in Florida. I was definitely not allowed to see this film as a child because I love swimming in the water and the beach. Yeah, there was no way.
But you weren't allowed to watch. You weren't allowed to watch a lot of horror movies anyway, which is why we're
I was not allowed to watch zero. I was allowed to watch zero horror. I wasn't allowed to see E.T. because my mother thought it would make me sad.
No, that's accurate. It would make you sad.
I still haven't seen it.
It would make you sad.
Yeah. So
Also, it's terrifying for kids.
It's terrifying for children. Yes.
E.T.
Oh, E.T. I thought you meant Jaws.
No, there's a scene in that movie that's pretty scary.
The internet's gonna eat me for this. I frankly, when I saw this film for the first time, I was like, did this movie really need to be made? It felt like a big question mark. Did this movie really need to be made? Inevitably, what happened was that it caused like a panic.
Sure, but they didn't know it was going to do that. I mean, it was based on a book, right? Like,
sure.
It also increased tourism and, Martha's Vineyard, so...
Yes, and it also drastically increased the number of people who were interested in shark hunting.
Fair.
Not great.
Fair. It gave Great Whites a bad rap. That's totally fair.
Yes.
But it wasn't like they intended to do that. There was no intention to ruin the reputation of Great Whites.
Sure.
Trying to make it an action horror movie.
They were. They did. I'm also looking at this from the perspective of a radical intersectional feminist. How many movies do you think that exist in the world where literally half of the movie is 3 white men in a boat on the ocean chasing a shark that I would enjoy?
A rhetorical question.
Pre-1975? Probably 0. Post-1975?
Maybe one. This wasn't it. This is the problem with... This is not the problem. This is a problem with toxic masculinity, in that, herein lies the intersection of entitlement and ego, and an ego that's like, we will succeed no matter, we will triumph, right? And a complete lack of rational ability to analyze the situation for what it was, which is you needed a bigger boat that you could sum up the entire, if you want to tell a tale of man and of versus nature, that's fine, but I'm really interested, beyond the nostalgia, beyond you growing up with this film, you've met, tell me more about why this is one of your jams.
I'm a Spielberg kid, essentially. I grew up with the language of his cinema all over the place.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then it wasn't just him. Other people started playing in that world too, right? And making movies that had the same kind of vibe. The Goonies, which is directed by Richard Donner, but it feels like a Spielberg movie, and Spielberg produced it. Or Poltergeist, which is Tobe Hooper, arguably directed by Tobe Hooper. But Spielberg's influence is all over that movie, right?
Right, yes.
And then there's the movies that Spielberg did himself, right? There's Raiders of the Lost Ark, there's there's Close Encounters of the Third Kind, there's E.T. Jeez, all of that stuff. I grew up with the Amblin logo and just get super wrapped up into all of that storytelling. I think he's a masterful filmmaker. I think that he, is capable of crafting the sort of epitome of popcorn films.
Right, blockbusters. This was in some ways the first idea of a summer blockbuster was this film.
Yeah,
right?
Blockbusters wouldn't be what they are today. The MCU wouldn't exist in the way that it does today without Spielberg and Lucas. And, leading the way on these action movies that dip their toes into other genres. Right? I would argue this is a horror film, but a lot of it is very actiony. Spielberg does action really well. He does it masterfully. I keep using that word, but I don't know what else to say about it. His ability to build tension in a scene, frame a shot, work in character development, and play some bits for laughs, all in the same impressive. So I like I like a lot of his stuff. There was a movie that there's been a lot of like return to that vibe with things like Stranger Things, and there's a movie called Super 8, which was essentially just J.J. Abrams making a big Spielberg movie. They've got that whole vibe down, right? And it's so much fun to just dip back into that nostalgically. I mean, I would say like out of the movies that I listed, this is probably the least fantastical, which is funny because it is about 3 dudes trying to fight a shark off Martha's Vineyard. But, you know, compared to Raiders of the Lost Ark and Close Encounters and E.T. and Poltergeist.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, by the way, I love.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies ever. Oh, Back to the Future. Another one where it's like his influence is all over that movie, even though he didn't direct it. And they even make a joke at some point, I think in the second one, where Marty goes into the future and he sees like a hologram shark and it's like Jaws 25. And he's like, the shark still looks fake. Yes, it's just part of my growing up loving movie.
Right. So this is actually deeply, what I'm hearing is that this is deeply embedded in sort of the fantastic architecture of your childhood in terms of how you began to build intimacy and love with movies as a genre.
Yes,
and sort of like compelled you forward towards a desire to like actually work with this media, absorb this media, play in this media, etc.
Yep. There was a point where I wanted to be an archaeologist because I loved Indiana Jones so much. And then I realized, I was a little kid, but at some point, like I grew up and I realized you don't get to go do those things as an archaeologist. And so I was like, well, what is it that I want to do then? And I was like, I want to tell those stories. I want to make those worlds. I want to do what Spielberg does. And I couldn't ever pull it off. It's hard to break into the film industry, but that was such an influential part of my life. All right, y'all. So that was Jaws. I know we're not going to rate that film. I would rate it very high. You would probably rate it very low. I think that's all we need to say about that.
I mean, how about this? I wouldn't rate it because I don't like there's no point in me rating it. It just doesn't resonate for me as like.
I get that. But someday we're going to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark on this channel.
We definitely.
One of my favorite movies, and I don't care if it's not horror. Specifically, it has horrific elements in it.
Yeah. I think every now and again we should just like, I really want to watch The Fifth Element. I
think we'll get there. Yeah.
Miss that film. Weirdly, it's popcorn candy film for me. Also, Luc Besson. Come on.
Yeah, you might not want to Google him.
Oh no! I don't. No. I know exactly what that face means.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well. Fuck, this is patriarchy. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
And on that note, you all know what to do. Please take good care of yourselves and each other.
And we will see you here next week for another movie, for another experience from the couch, where, yes, in fact, we might actually need a bigger couch, because currently we have 0 couch.
I'm going to draw us a picture.
Draw us a picture. If you like this, if you've been here before, if this is your first time, or not, however you've come to enjoy this reaction to this very shark murdery film, and you're still here, please consider subscribe and a like and a comment. And if you really want to dig deeper, head on over to Patreon. The link is in the description. There's no sharks down there. It's safe. Those are in the comments. If you want more of this, we will accept any and all support you are willing to give us. And we love you all. Thank you so much.
We're grateful that you're here with us through this mayhem.